Welcome back to episode 3 of Nap Time. I am so excited to have you guys here today. Once again, I'm filming this on a Monday, and this specific Monday is a dubious one, so glad to have something to do, some people to chat to, even though I'm kind of chatting one-sided. It's just great to have you here. We are currently in the middle of a polar vortex. Don't know if you are aware of that or not, because I don't know where you are viewing this from. But where I am in the southern part of the United States, fucking cold. Especially because we aren't used to cold, and our power grid isn't built to withstand it like other states are. I'm by the ocean, and so it's really windy here, and with the water and the humidity and everything, it makes it what my family likes to call a wet cold, which means it like goes straight through your clothes to your bones and it like clings to you. It's awful. As someone that's kind of from Colorado, a very snowy, cold part of Colorado, I can attest that this is a worse cold than that ever was, because that also I was prepared for. I was bundled up for, and you know, all of your things are set for it. Every building that you go into has a heater. They have mats for the snow to come off of. You know, our house has stairs, like snow stairs on it, so that when you walk, they're purposely designed to grab the snow off of your boots so that they don't get drug in. But I'm real cold, so we are bundled up today with my blanket. I honestly usually have it on me. I got this blanket actually specifically, fun fact about the interior design of my apartment, everything that my cat could lay on, except for this couch, which was a last minute expense, is pink, because she is white with the pinkest nose in all the land, and pink little toe beans and stuff. So I actually got this blanket to match her, because she loves to lay on my lap and loves to lay on blankets, and she's white like this and fluffy and so beautiful and cute. So if you ever come see my apartment somehow, or if I do a video film it, you will realize that her cat tower is pink, my couch is pink, just like in the logo, my bed, pink. This isn't my shirt, but it's pink. The pajamas that I'm wearing are pink, though. So a lot of the interior of my apartment, a lot of my life has become pink and white because I want to match her. Because she's so beautiful. So let's get into it. It is January 20th today, the day that I'm filming this. As always, I'll be posting it this Friday, though, which will be the 24th. So we're going to be talking about love a lot today. The different types of true love, what love should look like, in my opinion, in a relationship, what love shouldn't look like in a relationship, and then I just, we're just gonna bullshit and talk about some other random stuff. Today is a very it's structured but not structured. Does that make sense? Okay. We're going to start off by talking about true romantic love. And the number one example, I've mentioned this in the past 2 episodes, so all of my episodes so far, that I have seen of this in real life is my parents. I am sure you guys are going to get so fucking sick and tired of hearing me talk about them, but I don't care. Aside from my cat, they're like my favorite creatures to ever exist. Breathing organisms, living, breathing organisms in my life to ever exist. I love them so much. My parents, I've mentioned before, like, I have high standards because of the way that my dad treated my mom when he was legitimately courting her. They're so cute. But I just thought that I would give some more specific examples of why I know and have always known that they deeply love each other. And I'm unsure how familiar you guys are with the saying that the man should be at least 1% more obsessed with the woman in a relationship in order for it to, like, actually work. That is extremely true in this case. They are both so incredibly obsessed with each other, but he's just 1% more obsessed with her, and that's why it's such a good relationship. There has never been a doubt in my mind that he loves the absolute shit out of her, and she him. And he does, I'm trying to think of the best way to describe it. They have much different love languages. My mom is a yapper to her fucking core. She wants to be around you and she wants to be talking to you 24/7 with everyone that she loves and cares about. But specifically, like me, my sisters, my dad. That's what she loves to do, you know? It's the, how are you? What's going on? What's new in your life? Tell me every little detail of every little thing that you've done. Tell me everything that you've ate, the dreams that you've had. Like, she just loves to love. She loves to be in the know. She loves to talk. My dad loves silence, as do all of the sisters, really. We can all yap, don't get me wrong, but she yaps more than a normal person. My boyfriend also thinks that there's a negative connotation behind the word yap. I don't. I just think it's someone that likes to talk a lot. In case you guys are, like him and you believe that there's negative connotation, that's not in the way that I'm saying yap. I'm just saying my girl loves to talk. And talk she does. It'll be so funny. So I lived at home for a period of time, had a bad breakup, had to move home because I financially had no other options. It would be really funny because me and my dad would be sitting in the living room doing our own things, having the TV on in the background, occasionally like mentioning something to each other, but for the most part, pretty nonverbal. And it was great. That's how we bond and hang out, and we love that. And then she would come home, just a whirlwind of color and energy, my mother, and just come in and start, and the amount of times that me and him would just like look at each other and then look at her and be like, hi. Not out of annoyance or anything, just like, here she is, our little bird, our little parakeet, our canary. She's so funny. And so there are times like that, but the way that he looks at my mother and the way that my mother looks at him, disgustingly adorable. I love it so much. There have been so many times where I've caught one of them or both of them just like yearning for the other. I used to, in high school, work at the movie theater, and I can't remember why, but for some reason my dad was at the movie theater with me, and he was waiting for my mom to come pick him up. Again, I don't remember what was going on, but he was waiting for my mom to come pick him up, and I still have the photos of this to this day. But he was just standing at the door, at the window, like looking out, just like looking, waiting for her, like a dog waiting for its fucking owner. And it was just the cutest thing ever, because he was just so excited to see my mom. Like, he doesn't see her all the time. Even now, if my mom's at home and my dad comes home from work or whatever, she starts running around like an excited chihuahua, and she's like, baby, you're home, baby, baby, baby. She greets him at the door, she jumps, she'd pee a little if she could, honestly. They're disgustingly adorable. This one time, me and my mom saw his truck, because he has a very noticeable truck. He was at work, and we saw his work truck, and we were like, oh, that's him, that's him, that's him. So we went and we drove up to say hi to him. So we drove up, and he's a very, like, worker, if that makes sense. He's so funny. And so he's, working, like, keeping his head down, like, blah, 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 blah. And he looked over, because my mom honked, and so he, like, looked over, annoyed, and he was like, and he got so excited to see us, primarily her, I'm sure, and ran over and talked to us and gave her just a big old kiss. She has a new job now, and she works a lot, unfortunately, out of the house. She used to work at home all the time, so she was always there, and he got like a billion surgeries back to back, so he was also always there. So now that she's working a lot and he's back to work, they don't see each other as much as they'd like to. So when he can, he brings her lunch, and he'll just like sit in the office and eat with her. They're so stinky beautiful. I love them so much. They love them so much. It's so cute. And they've obviously had arguments, they've had tiffs, whatever, because they're humans, but they always like figure it out. And they've gotten better with their communication with each other, with us, whatever, throughout the years. But there is so much love there. I swear. It's beautiful. And true love, which I think they have. I'm a romantic at heart. I can't even hide it, honestly. I grew up on books and movies and everything of the sort. I grew up on romance. It's in my blood. I love it. And I don't think that true love should only be romantic. There are people in my life even that they reserve love that intensely and doing things for others and stuff like that for a romantic partner. And I'm not saying that's wrong. I'm just saying that's not me. If I love you and I care about you, I'm going to do everything that I can for you. I don't care. If I have it in my ability to help you out in whatever it is that you need help in, I'm going to do that because I love you and I care about you. I don't care if it's not romantic, because you can still have people matter to you a whole lot without the romance, because there's not everyone wants romance in their lives. I was extremely happy when I was single. I was single for like 3 years. You know how happy I was? I got to do whatever I wanted. I didn't have to wait for anyone, you know? I could like eat what I wanted, not wear pants for a while, just go out on a whim and like do things. It was nice. I thoroughly enjoyed being on my own. And I didn't want to be in a relationship again until I was with someone. I met someone who made me want to not be alone. Because I love being alone a whole lot. Love it. If I could go days without talking to anybody, I would. I have. And I used to take myself camping all the time, specifically so I could go days without talking to anybody. Now I have this cute little man, and I just adore him. And I don't know how to explain it. When I'm around people, I'm sure actually a lot of you will understand this. When I'm around people, I've got a social battery, a very real, very small social battery. I'm like, okay, I'm done. This is a lot. I'm overstimulated. I want to go. I want to be alone with my cat. Like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to talk anymore. I get really quiet and I recluse in. He lives with me. We spend all of our free time together. All of it. I have never once had that with him. Never once. I truly enjoy being around him, and if I want to go do something, we just go do it, and if he wants to go do something, we just go do it, if we can afford it. And I love that. But if I didn't have him, I would still be happy. More than happy. I would be perfectly content with my life, just the same way that I am now. And I think people need to realize that that's okay. It's an okay position to have, and it's also okay to be alone sometimes. I used to be friends with someone who was so scared of being alone. She didn't admit it to herself. She always said that she was like, oh, I'm perfectly fine being alone. I'm alone all the time. Anyways, I need someone every single day of my life to be around me. Or she'd full on crash out. Even if I spent the whole day with her, at night, she had to have someone there. A constant barrage of people coming in and out of her life. Men. Coming in and out of her life, her kids' lives, whatever. She didn't give a fuck. She didn't care if they were nice to her, if they romanced her, if they smelt good. She didn't care about anything about their personality or who they were. She literally just wanted a person. She just wanted a body to be next to her, validating that she was good, I guess. I don't know. I tried to talk to her about it. She wouldn't listen. She started bringing some very unsavory people around, and I was like, ugh, and I like took a step back, and then we like, I don't know. Eventually she started just like completely blowing me off for guys, and I was like, I'm not gonna fucking do this anymore. I'm not gonna compete with 1,000 dicks. That's just not what a friendship is. I love you, and I'm here for you, and I want to do things with you. I want to do things for you, but when we make plans and you don't even have the decency to cancel them, you just are done because a guy that you've been dating for a week said that he wants to take you on a date, that specific day, that same day that we were supposed to hang out, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. And me and her actually had a fight once because she was like, well, the guys that I date are intimidated by you. They say that you act more like a girlfriend to me, like a romantic girlfriend to me. Okay? I don't know why they would think that. I've never shown an interest in you. We're lovey, you know, we're affectionate with each other, but like hugs and stuff, like we never kissed, we never joked about that. She would make jokes about that towards me, but I would never joke about that with her. I don't know why they would think that. Is it because I love you and take care of you and I'm there for you and your kids, and if you need money, I help you out with that and we go to lunch together? Because that's just what friends do. That's just what people who care for each other do. I saw this girl like a member of my family. And that's what I mean by you shouldn't just do things for people that you're romantically involved with. The only reason that those people, if they even existed, said that about me, that I acted like a girlfriend, is because they can't fathom giving love and attention and care to someone that they're not sleeping with. And that's really sad to me, because the purest, most beautiful loves in the world, I believe, are non-romantic. Someone can love you, every single part of you, see every dirty little thing about you, metaphorically, and just love you unconditionally. That's crazy. That's beautiful. Romantic love is also very beautiful, and it is also very pure in a completely different way. But I just think that the truest forms of love are friends and animals. Because if I don't say it, she'll kill me. Hello, beautiful. She's the prettiest cat in the world. And she switches between a resting sad / concerned face and angry face, but she's genuinely the happiest, most loving cat in the entire universe. I promise. Everyone that meets her is like, this is the most tolerant, loving cat ever. Anyways, back to pure loves of friendship. My best friend of all time. I don't know if she'll feel comfortable with me saying her name on here. Most beautiful woman in the entire universe. I've known her since high school. I don't know if she'll want me to say her name on here. She'll feel comfortable with that. Like even just the first name. She lives across the country from me. She has lived across the country from me since she graduated high school. So for most of our relationship, we haven't lived in the same state, which is very difficult because I love her and miss her so much. And she's also someone that I can be around for days on end and never get tired of being around her. Never feel uncomfortable, never feel overstimulated. She is, I believe, my other half. She's my person. She's the love of my life. It's not romantic. It's never been romantic on either of our parts. She's just the other part of my soul is her. And she lives across the country from me, which really sucks. I'm wanting to leave the country soon. I've been trying to for a couple of years, but I have some plans that might make it a little bit more possible here soon. And the thought of being away from my parents and her is genuinely what's keeping me here the most, just in the country. I'm not even in the same state as either of them, but I could do a cheaper, quicker flight than I could from another country. But I mean, like, ultimately, I gotta go. I gotta, like, live my life and, like, try to be happy elsewhere. But, God, I love her so much. And I know she loves me so much. She is the only person in my entire life, and I say this knowing that a lot of people that I love and care about are going to be watching this fucking podcast, and I love you and I care about you, please. She's the only person in my entire life that I have never, not for one fucking second, felt judged by. And I say judged in, like, the negative connotation of, like, oh my God, that's what you're gonna wear, that's what you're gonna do, that's how you're gonna talk, blah, 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 blah. You're such a bad person for having that opinion. She's never, ever made me feel like that. Judging is a part of human nature. Just like oh, that's interesting that you would do something like that. Like, that's a judgment. It doesn't have to be negative. I'm saying she's never negatively judged me. She's never made me feel unloved. She's never made me feel unheard or alone. She's just the most beautiful human in the world, physically and internally. I think a lot of people mistake a lot of things for kindness, like pushovers and people that are kind to everyone, no matter who the person is, no matter what they've done. They're like, oh, you're such a kind of person because you're still being nice to this person that murdered 10 people, that kicked a bunch of puppies in the face. Obviously, these are exaggerations. I don't think that's a kind person. I think, in my opinion, a kind person is a person that is kind to everyone unless they give you a reason not to. If they give you a reason not to, then you're not, because they're not deserving of kindness. Why are you giving the same level of kindness to Mother Teresa as you are Hitler? Like, that's not good. Again, exaggerations, but she's just such a great person. She's such a real person. She never tries to be better than everyone else. She just is. That's a joke. Well, it's not actually, but she's not like uppity. She's not hoity-toity. I mean, this is the most, to me, just, if I had to put together in my head what I believe the most beautiful woman in the world would look like, it's her. She has the cutest laugh. She is so smart. She's so strong, emotionally and physically, even though she's tiny as fuck. That woman is unbelievably strong. And she's so funny. She's so charismatic. She knows how to get shit done. She's just, she would have every right to know that she's better than everyone else, but she doesn't act like that. I miss her now. Anyway, she's just the most beautiful person in the whole world. And we became really close because we were in the Legally Blonde musical in high school. That's right, unsurprising to everyone, I was a theater kid. It was so fun. I love theater. I still love theater. I'm not big into musicals all the time. I mean, I gotta be in a very specific mood for it. There are a lot of musicals that I really love. I'm just, of all things, wary of the new. And that's double so for musicals, because, but it's a lot, you know? So we were in Legally Blonde together. We were friends before that, like, alright friends and, like, good friends. We hung out a lot, but, like, in a group of people. And in that, we became inseparable. We hung out all the time. We were always around, always talking, texting. We were both going through really bad breakups, as everyone has in high school. And so we just kind of, like, helped each other through it and been best friends ever since. That was, I believe we were like 15, 16. I was 15, 16. She's older than me. Not by much, but she's older than me. And just the most beautiful person. I have, thankfully, a lot of people that I love and that I care about, that I know love and care about me. I've got a whole list of them here. The number one is this little chicken nugget right here. Her name is Mittens. She's Queen of Mittonia. That is, of course, the land where all Mittens cats are from, obviously. Look at her. She's just so beautiful. But I have a lot of friends. Actually, I was just texting with one of them. She's one of my really good friends. She has 3 beautiful children who I see as, honestly, my children. And, she's just gorgeous also. Another beautiful soul. I am so lucky to have so many beautiful, gorgeous people around me. And we don't talk often, which is unfortunate. I'm just not good at keeping up communication. I don't think she's good at keeping up communication. We try, but I don't think we've ever had a fight. I don't think we've ever had a real disagreement about anything. We just love each other. We're down for each other for everything. I used to, when I did live in Steamboat, I used to do little road trips and go see her and the kids all the time, as often as I could, really. And it was great. I spent more than a couple birthdays just with her and the kids, because that's what I wanted to do. That's where I wanted to be. I love her genuinely. And I have another friend from high school. He is someone I actually talked about in my last podcast when we were talking about D&D, about how we would have dinner or lunch or something, try to at least like once a month, and he would tell me about all of his D&D adventures. I absolutely adore him. I also probably don't talk to him as much as I should, but I'm of the mind that no one should be able to get a hold of you all the time, and you shouldn't have to talk to everyone all the time to know that you love each other. We check in a decent amount, and I love him. I miss him, and I wish that I could see him more. I wish I could see all of my friends more, but I live away from all of them, so it is quite difficult. And again, there's nothing romantic. There's never been anything romantic between us. And I just want that to be known, because it is so important for your life, for your health, for your sanity, to have people that are important to you, that you love and cherish genuinely, wholly, purely, outside of your family, outside of romantic relationships. I have had a lot of guy friends just growing up, because, I think women knew that something was a little bit off about me. They smart like that. And boys, and I do mean boys because I'm talking about when I was little, boys are weird as hell. Girls can also be weird as hell, but girls also had like that pressure to be like cool, and like calm, collected, and like boys were just weird as fuck. Those were the guys that I always hung out with. And I also had female friends growing up. I'd say a pretty decent bit. In elementary school, moved around too much to really have any solid friends, except for my one friend, who I have been friends with since the 5th grade. He's my oldest friend. I adore him. We talk every day. We have like a Snapchat streak. The only reason I still have Snapchat is so I can have that streak with him. I love him completely. And yeah, so we've been friends since 5th grade. In middle school, I started kind of diversifying my friend group a little bit, getting a little bit more comfortable in myself. High school, really even. Nowadays, I have more girlfriends than I have guy friends. And it's just been because of who I'm around more. At work, I've always had like a more male-dominated field of work. So I've always been around a lot of guys in that sense. Get along great with all of them. But I love women. I love women so much. Men are fine. I love women. I think it's really important to have girlfriends. I think it's really important to have important friends to you, non-romantically, of all genders. Get different perspectives, have different like personality types around you. Like it's important to surround yourself with a lot of different differing types of people that love you and care about you, that you love and care about. And I think it's absolutely ridiculous to put a boundary on us, a rigid, never changing no matter what boundary on what you can and can't do for someone because you may or may not be sleeping with them. That's ridiculous to me. If I am your friend and I care about you, I will go to the ends of the fucking earth for you. If I have the means and you tell me just lightly about, I've always wanted this, hey, guess what you're getting, buddy? I might not have the fucking restraint to wait till birthdays or holidays or something. You might just get that like the next week in the mail. A lot of people in my life are actually very scared about saying things to me anymore because I will bankrupt myself getting them gifts. I love it. I love getting people gifts. It's somehow not my love language. Actually, all of them are my love language, if we're being honest. But I don't think it's my top love language. I think it's I think it's actually words of affirmation are my number one love language, and then acts of service. I am a person. I like getting gifts. Everyone that says that they don't like getting gifts is lying. You don't like the pressure behind getting gifts. I hate getting a fucking gift and someone sits there and watches me open it because they're waiting for my reaction. I hate it because I hate feeling like I have to perform, put on a show or something like that. If you put a fucking video camera in my face and then hand me a gift, you know what my reaction is going to be when I open it? Not to be spiteful, not to be petty. It's because I'm nervous and I don't want to feel on the spot for, whatever. I don't want to feel like I have to perform for this. So that's why I don't like receiving gifts. It's because of the work that goes into it. And then you have to be like extra grateful. And then what if someone gets me something that I don't even like, but I have to pretend like I like it because they got it for me? That's ridiculous. Why are there so many rules around stuff? But I love giving gifts. I absolutely love giving gifts, and I'm great at it too. Everyone in my fucking life knows I'm the best fucking gift giver around. I will always find something meaningful and long-lasting that is tailored to your personality. If you don't like material gifts, but you like practical ones, baby, you are getting the best goddamn clothes ever with warranties on them. Warranties, so that you can turn them in, Or you're getting something for your car because I heard you mention that your car needed a certain part or whatever and you couldn't afford to get the part. You have the part now. I researched the best part for you. I got it for you. Also with a warranty. And the receipt in case you don't want it. If you like sentimental gifts, if you like perfume gifts, jewelry gifts, whatever, I will find something best suited for you that you will actually enjoy. So, when you talk about true love, what love truly should be, and not just like romantic fairy tale true love, I think it's important to also highlight that someone that loves you, it should be unconditional. And that's not, don't be one of those fucking people that's like, oh, what if they burned down an orphanage? Would you still love them then? Shut the fuck up. You know what I'm fucking talking about. It's unconditional. Like if you lose your job or you cut your hair or, you make a genuine mistake. Chill, buddy. I don't think love should be on the condition of, as long as you have the same opinion as me, as long as you always shower me with love and gifts, as long as you're always bowing down to me and worshiping me, I'll love you. Nope. As long as you're always doing everything for me and drop everything that I ask you to when I need something from you. Had a friend like that. Not last year, because we stopped being friends pretty much in January of last year. The year before that, everything. She wanted everything all the time her way. And if she didn't get it, if you said no to her or hesitated about wanting to do something for her, she would throw a legitimate fucking fit and just belittle you emotionally. Absolutely psychotic, that person. So we're not friends anymore. Also, the person that loves you should not try to change who you are. I need you to hear that as I said it. They will not try to change who you are. They will help you grow as a person and be the best type of person for you. The person that loves you should push you to do the thing that you're scared of, that you really want to do, you're just scared to make that leap. They should push you to do that and help support you along the way in any way that they can. The person that you love will not try to change what your interests are, who your friends are, the things that you do in your free time, the way that you talk. They will push you to go make more friends if you want more friends. They will push you to go on adventures that you want to go on, trips that you want to go on. Go back to school if you want to go back to school and you haven't before. They will want you to be the best version that you want to be. Self-love and true love is not loving you at your best, it's loving you at your worst. And I just think that people don't really understand that. Because I, again, have had friends in the past who, one she really, really, really wanted this job. She wanted to go to this job interview. But then she kind of chickened out, and she was like, oh, I'm not going to go to the job interview. Like, it's whatever, like, blah, blah, blah. And it was clearly, like, she was scared to fail. She was scared that she wasn't going to get this job that she really, really wanted. And so she just decided that she wasn't going to do it. And I said, you need to still go to that job interview. If you bomb, you bomb. If you do great, you do great. If you bomb, we can just get you another job interview with something else. This isn't the only company that hires for this job. We will get this for you. It's a learning experience. She got mad at me because she was like, if you loved me, you wouldn't try to change me. You would just love me how I am. I agree with that. I wasn't trying to change her, though. I was just pushing her to do what she wanted to do. And I wasn't even being mean about it. So I think people get those things confused a lot. And I also think people are like, oh, they're my ride or die. That doesn't mean literally everything. It doesn't mean romantically if they cheat on you, that does not mean that you should take them back. That's not what that means at all. Under very rare circumstances, would I trust a cheater to come back into someone's life? Never in my life. There's never a time where I would be like, oh yeah, person that cheated on me, welcome back with open arms. I've done it in the past. That's why I'm saying it now. I've learned from my mistakes. Because in my experience, cheater gonna cheat. It's gonna happen. There's often nothing you can do, usually, to prevent it from happening. So don't stress out about it too much. If you don't trust the person that you're with not to cheat, shouldn't be with them. I should also put that out there. And if you're like, oh, well, it's like something that I have from an old relationship that I'm working on, also shouldn't be in a relationship because you're not ready to be in a relationship yet. But back to the main point. It doesn't mean that. Again, it means like if they lose their job or something, you're a ride or die for them. For friends, also in the scope of cheating, another friend that I used to be really close with, used to be best friends, had a real bad habit of cheating on everyone that she had a relationship with. Everyone. And one day I finally said enough was enough because the person that she cheated with was married with grandchildren. We were in our early 20s. And I was like, this is ridiculous. You have to, at minimum, tell the person that you're currently in a relationship with, that you live with, that you love, supposedly. Also, don't really want to be your friend anymore. And she, before I did the friend thing, had blown up at me because she thought that I wasn't being a ride or die. And I was like, that's not what that means, buddy. You're being a not good person. Habitually, you have cheated on every single person that you've been in a relationship with. That's not good. That's not the type of person I want to be around, personally. And it's just... Okay. We're gonna wind it down a little bit. Talk about something else. I play a lot of board games. Always have my whole life. And so every time I find a new board game or I play one that's really fun, I will want to tell you guys about it. So this weekend we played a Hunt a Killer box. I don't know if you guys have heard of that company. The company is called Hunt a Killer. The company is called Hunt a Killer. And when they first started, they're a murder mystery company. When they first started, they had a subscription. So they would send you a box every single month about a fake case that they needed you to help solve. And so every single month you'd get like more clues and evidence and stuff. There would be things that you had to like code break. And the first one I ever got, there was like a USB, so you actually had to use your computer. There was a USB, you had to plug it in, you had to decrypt the files in it and like learn them and everything. They had made like playlists for you to listen to while it happened. There's, actual like physical evidence that they hand you in these boxes, and it's so cool. So they now make like condensed, it's all in one type of box. And they make some really big ones, some really elaborate ones, some that are like smaller. You can do all of them on your own, which is, I love games like that because, again, I like to be alone, so I don't like having to rely on someone else to have fun. And they're fun with people, they're fun on their own. I've done both. So we're doing one this weekend, and it's an all-in-one, so you don't have to wait months to get all of your stuff. And it is just so fun. If you love puzzles, if you love critical thinking, if you're the type of person that loves to watch Criminal Minds or whatever and try to figure out who the killer is before the show ends, you would love this box. Genuinely, you would love this game. It is so fun. I like to not write on or mark up any of the stuff in the box because after I do one, I like to package it all up as close to how I unpackage it as I can remember to, and then I ship it on up to my parents because they like doing it together because they are the cutest things in the whole world. I think I've established that already. Love them to pieces. So we did that this weekend and it was really fun, and I just thought that I would come on here and let you guys know you should play that. If you're ever looking for board games, by the way, and you want to comment and you're like, I want something that kind of feels like this, has a gameplay like this, suitable for kids, whatever, dude, ask me. I know so many board games. I have so many friends and family that also love board games, card games, video games. I don't care. We love all of them. Ask me. I'm sure I can direct you in the right direction, babes. I got you. This also isn't an ad. I just want to make that clear. Not an ad, just talking about something that I really love, have loved for years. Now, on the topic of bad love, we're going to talk about why the fuck is there so much incest in TV shows. Obviously, every drama basically ever has it, but I want to talk more specifically about sitcoms. I think there are 2 shows in here that aren't sitcoms that I talk about. The following TV shows, pretty much every sitcom that I've ever seen has incest in it. I could only remember off the top of my head these sitcoms. That 70s Show, there's an entire episode where Eric's cousin comes to town and he's like, she's hot as fuck, and she tries to like trick him by being like, I'm adopted, and he's like, oh my god, that's so great that we can like do stuff together, but like still. Also, she's not adopted. Why? What's the point of it? Friends? It happens at least twice that I can remember in that show. Again, a cousin comes into town. Chandler's really into her, so she has to go stay with Ross, and then Ross is really into her and tries to make a move on her, and then she has to go stay with Phoebe, and, you know, Phoebe's also really into her, but Phoebe's not related, so it doesn't matter. And neither is Chandler, but, like, kind of by marriage, he's about to be related. That's weird. Also, Monica's first kiss ever is with her brother. I love the show Friends, and I want that to be known right now. I love all the shows that I'm about to mention. That's why I know that they're in here, because I've seen them so many times that I can remember this. If you've seen Friends, you know that at one point they're talking about Ross's first kiss with Rachel, which was when he thinks she's drunk and passed out at a college party in Chandler's room, or in his room, and she's, you know, passed out under a pile of coats, and so he goes in and, like, kisses her. There's, like, a little bit more that happens, but that's the gist of it. It's really creepy. I don't like Ross. Anyways, turns out it was Monica, his sister, and they, like, kiss for, like, a little bit. That's her first kiss ever, is her brother. Her brother? Excuse me? Disgusting. Why? New Girl. The main one that I can think of, I'm actually in the middle of a rewatch right now, and I don't remember it happening at any other period of time, is Jess, at some point late on in the show, starts dating this guy, Robbie, and they're together for a while, and they're really well matched, a little too well matched, and then they realize, after they've been dating for a minute, that they're actually cousins. I don't think they're first cousins, but they're still cousins, and they've done stuff. So they obviously break up. What's the purpose? What's the purpose of this plot in TV shows? I know that the general idea is that they're they're taboo and they're shocking, so it's like a like an easy laugh type of thing. There are so many other ways to do something taboo and shocking that's not fucking your cousin. You don't have to be getting cousin loving to make someone hee hee ha ha. If anything, I typically skip those episodes because they make me so uncomfortable. Gilmore Girls, it happens, there's 2 separate mentions of it. One is just like a drive-by comment by Lorelai to Rory. They're at like a party and Rory's talking to this guy and Lorelai walks over and she's like, "That's your cousin," and then walks away and Rory's like, "Bye." So pretty innocent, but and then there's a whole episode where their grandma dies. Lorelai's grandma dies, and they're going through like her stuff, and she realizes a lot of incest in that family. A lot. They're all products of it, basically. That's why their eyes are so blue. Yeah, so that's just crazy. Arrested Development, if you've ever seen Arrested Development, a plot that literally happens episode 1 of the TV show and goes throughout the whole show is that George Michael is in love with his cousin Maybe for the whole show. They kiss a few times. At one point, she's also into him, and they're like fighting off their tension. They get married at one point in time. It's gross. It's weird. Why do we keep doing this? And then on kind of the same vein to me is when they have, it's typically the kids are together and then the parents get together. The parents of the kids get together. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. That's gross. That's, because now you're like, your step siblings. I personally have a couple step siblings that I just see as my siblings. Like, those are just my siblings, you know? Like, there's not this, like, differentiation where I'm like, oh no, but they're not blood related to me. No, I don't give a fuck. That's my family. And I'll be all right there. Why do we have this? Why do we have this? Again, looking at you, Gilmore Girls. Jess and Rory are together. Luke and Lorelai are together. Now, Luke isn't actually Jess's dad. He's his uncle. So that would make, when Luke and Lorelai get married, Jess and Rory cousins. But Luke is like a dad to Rory. So it's like a brother-cousin situation. Still gross. Riverdale. I did not finish watching that show. I do remember that Betty is dating Jughead for like a very long time, and then their parents like dated in high school and start to rekindle things while they're dating, and then at some point they like get married, and so they all have to live in the same house because they're now stepbrother and sister, so they just live in the same room. They just share a room because they're dating and their parents are married. So there's step siblings that they're literally a Pornhub dream. It's a line and you're crossing it and it's gross and it makes me uncomfortable. And I'm sure I'm not the only one. It also happens in Gossip Girl with Serena, and she's dating Dan, and you know, they're like on and off throughout the entire show, but they end up getting married, and then their parents are together. I think their parents, I don't remember it that well, but their parents are together and their parents get married, and they're like, you can't be together because we're together, and that makes it like really gross, and the parents are just like, sucks to be you because you're gonna have to like break up or something. Well, I don't know. Why do we have to do that? Why do we have to do that? That's weird. It's weird and it's gross. And it feels like people that are trying to cross a line without crossing the line, you know? Like they're tiptoeing on the fucking edge of impropriety, and I don't like it. Anyways, I feel I've been very heated for most of this episode, so we're gonna cool it down. The man and I went on a little DQ fun run this weekend. Not actually like a marathon. Like we went on a run to get some Dairy Queen this weekend. And when coming back, The Devil Went Down to Georgia came on, and it's such a good song that we turned it the fuck up. Have you ever really like listened to that song and like thought about it? I know I know that it's a metaphor for evil tempting a young man's soul, and he like beats it because he's like strong or whatever. Like, I know that that's what it's supposed to mean, but if you don't think about it at a metaphor standpoint and you just hear what is being said, it is so fucking funny. First of all, we're starting. Okay, the devil went down to Georgia. Hilarious place for him to start. He is like, he was in a bind, he was way behind, he was looking to make a deal. So he's desperate to get souls right now. For whatever reason, I'm left to assume that there's a quota that he has to reach, which then leads me to the idea that he has a boss, and that boss has given him a certain quota of souls that he has to steal, which is hilarious in and of itself. Who would be the boss? Why is he so stressed out about having to get souls here? I'm not talking from a supernatural standpoint. Supernatural, the TV show. Don't give me that shit. I'm talking about in this TV show. Who is stressing him out that he has to go get a soul right here, right now? So much so that he sees a little boy playing a fiddle and he's like, hey, let me bet this fiddle of gold against your soul. So first of all, that happens. Then this little boy, which is all that we know about him, is a little boy on a fiddle and playing it hot. So he's anywhere from, I would assume, like 8 to like 16. Because I don't know, different people call, like, you know, when you meet like a 70-year-old person and they still call like 50-year-old men like little boy. They're like, listen up here, sonny. Listen up, kid. And it's also an older person. So that's subjective. But I'm picturing someone between the ages of 8 to 16, because they would have to know how to play the fiddle and like be proficient at it. You know, that takes a few years to like figure out that you're doing it, and to still be considered like young enough, I'm assuming, for someone that is the devil to call them a little boy. So we have an 8 to 16-year-old that's like, all right, motherfucker, you want to do-si-do with me? I'm gonna beat the shit out of you. So that's hilarious. But then let's also think about this. The devil is the judge. He's judging this competition that he's competing in. And he cheats because he has a band of demons that join in. So he's not just playing him one-on-one like would be assumed for a fiddle playing contest. You know, if you've been to those a lot. This motherfucker cheats and has a band of demons. He's the judge, and he's still, after that little boy plays, is like, damn, you beat me. You got me. He literally is like, he hangs his head. I think I just had a stroke. He is, you know, rightfully so, embarrassed to have lost to a fucking child. But not only did he lose, he's the judge. He decided that this kid beat his ass. That's so funny. You're so cute. You're the devil, and you're telling me that you can't just lie and take the kid's fucking soul? You're telling me that he was so fire flames that you're just like, damn, you got me. You fucking killed that. That fiddle playing got me good, bro. That's crazy work. Crazy. Absolutely fucking psychotic. And then this little boy, who at this specific point in time, I like to imagine is on the younger end of the 8 to 16 scale, simply because he's like, I told you once, you son of a bitch, I'm the best there ever was. And there's nothing funnier to me than a little kid having the gall to talk like that to the fucking devil. I could see a 16-year-old talking like that to the devil. It's funnier because he's little. I'm picturing kind of the kids in Talladega Nights, you know, Ricky Bobby's sons, and how fucking sassy they are. I'm picturing one of them kids, the younger of the two, looking up at him and being like, I told you once, you son of a bitch, I'm the best there's ever been. You know, that's hilarious. It's so funny. That's so funny. Could you imagine then the devil goes back to his boss that's apparently given him this fucking quota and is like, I just got owned by a fucking child with a fiddle. I just got, I'm so sorry, boss. I didn't get the souls that I needed to get, that you requested that I get. Well, why not, devil? Because I got into a fiddle playing contest with a child, and I lost. You lost? What do you mean you lost? Who was judging it? I was. You were judging it, and you lost? You're the devil. You're telling me that you couldn't have pulled some shit and won? That's hilarious. Oh my god. Thank you for joining. Mittens is very glad that you're here, as you can tell by the fact that she's sleeping like the babiest of all babies. She's 16, by the way. We just celebrated her 16th birthday last November. I did throw her. It was a pink dinosaur themed birthday because she loves velociraptors. And I'm not just saying that as like, oh yeah, she loves velociraptors, like giving her my personality. If I put on Jurassic World, she will sit in front of the TV and watch just when the velociraptors are on the screen. I love all the Jurassic Park movies. She doesn't give a fuck about them unless specifically Blue is on the screen in front of her. You know that dog that's obsessed with Henry Cavill? Like that, but her with velociraptors, specifically Blue in Jurassic World. So I threw her a dinosaur themed birthday, and it was also pink because she's pink and I love her. And that's her favorite color. Yeah. It was very cute. People came. One person came. I only invited one person. And they came. And she had a pate. I made her a little chicken, no, it was a tuna pate cake. And I shredded some chicken on top to be the sprinkles. And then we sang her happy birthday in meows, of course. And then she ate it. I do have video evidence of all of this. In case you guys are thinking that I'm a fibber, I ain't no fibber. I have video evidence of all of that. She wore a crown, too. It was pink and glittery. She looked very cute in it. If you haven't yet, please hit the subscribe button down below. Leave a comment on things that you want me to talk about, your opinion on things that I talked about, or just to say hi. Hi. And also please share it. Share it out there so that the word can get out, so that other people can listen to my beautiful voice. Have a great day. Bye. In case, hello? If I...
Meow 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 meow.